All right, welcome back to Fanboy TV South by Southwest 2019 coverage. Today I've got the first of two interviews for the film VAI. With me I have Mīria,
that's right.
Ofa, and Amberley. So many names. This is an amazing film. I actually got a chance to watch the screener. VAI is essentially what y'all are calling a portmanteau film about a character who is essentially named VAI in various forms throughout the film. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Ofa. You did the Tongan scenes from VAI when she was like kind of middle of the film, teenager.
13.
About 13.
Teenager, yep.
Yeah. So that one, that has been an amazing piece of filmmaking. You've got Indira Moala, who was on New Zealand's Got Talent, or was it?
Yes, she was. Yeah, she was a competitor there.
Yeah, and it's just, what was it like filming this film in its entirety, just for all of y'all?
Well, for us it was first of all, it was like a sisterhood coming together, and embracing this kind of risky concept that was brought together by the producers, but really willing to go forward with it with all our hearts and put all our passion into it, because it's very, it's not common to see stories from our side of the world told by people from the Pacific. And so, it was a challenge that we took on wholeheartedly with each other. So yeah, we're just really amazed that we were able to smash it. Yeah.
I mean, and so, question for all of y'all as a collective: did y'all get together before filming at all as a group to kind of discuss where you were taking the story overall, or did y'all just kind of work with an outline and take VAI from Fiji to Tonga to the other islands, kind of collectively, but with your own direction in mind?
Mīria?
We knew that when we were brought together by our producers, we knew that the call was to tell a story about women of the Pacific and also tell a story about women and their connection to water. So going into it, that's what we knew. So May of last year is when we came together for 1 week, 5 days, and we storylined. We storylined and essentially wrote the first draft of a feature-length script. So we've got 9 writer-directors working across 8 different stories. And after that, production began shooting in August and completed at the end of September.
So it's a pretty fast production time.
It's a really fast turnaround, but also rehearsed in 1 day on each island and then shot in 1 day on each island.
Often in one take, I was noticing. That must have been really, really fun to kind of choreograph the camera through the take in some scenes. So you had the Tongan scene, you had the college scene, Amberley. That was actually really amazing and very, very just, I felt connected to VAI in that moment, even though VAI and I are about as common as the fact that we exist as women. That was an amazing piece of storytelling. Was there a challenge filming specifically in that college? Because that's the most enclosed I saw that film.
Yeah, there was. That's a great question because that was my previous tertiary education. So I went back there, and that was my experience of being there as well. So it was sort of like, I guess, at least a wake-up call for that tertiary, that this is the stuff that me and my Pacific sisters have gone through, as well as Pacific brothers. And there sort of needs to be more communication between us and open communication, because it's just not happening in most places. Yeah.
I mean, it's because VAI overall is from a very small village, and in some scenes later on when VAI is dealing with her own children and grandchildren, you see the village comes together to support whoever is about to go off to college in some really amazing ways. It's just, I think that was a very beautiful thing, and all of y'all captured your scenes beautifully. So I'm really impressed. I love it. So, were y'all all kind of at the other locations at some part, or were y'all just kind of, once y'all had the script written, did y'all just stick to your specific locations once it was written?
Yeah, because of budget, we couldn't go to each other's location. We would have loved to, but we live through a vast Pacific Ocean, and it's really quite costly to fly to each island. But what we did do was we kept in contact with each other quite intimately over Slack to give support to each other, and we knew when each one had a schedule coming up for shoots, so we'd check in and say, hey, how are you doing? Just in solidarity, in true solidarity. Yeah,
because it's something that I would love to mention about this film. It's incredibly empowering to watch, even as unfamiliar as I am, honestly, with South Pacific culture overall, because I know each island has its own specific cultural take on everything, and you see that throughout the film. I still felt the connection, the presence of the feminist movement, everything. Beautiful.
It's what you felt there.
And it's just, that must have been an amazing experience, even if y'all couldn't stick together throughout the entire thing. Yeah. Is there something you took away from that surprised you, like, overall, or did you just you're just amazed that you met so many amazing women For
me, I don't know, these two can answer later. I wasn't surprised because Pacific women are very resilient. We go through cyclones, natural disasters, and we come out through it like, let's keep moving. So I wasn't surprised what we were able to achieve.
Yeah, and we're from cultures that have strong matriarchal leadership lines. So, obviously that's always a source of inspiration for all of us. But we really made the choice to work together and to make it work through various creative challenges.
Yeah, pretty amazing. So, for you three specifically, because I know there's going to be a question later on in the next interview where I'm going to just give the full film shout out. Do y'all have social media presences of your own that you would like to push, or anything else you'd like to say specifically? Anybody can open up to this one.
Well, you'll need to be following @VAI_film on Instagram, as well as @VAIFilm on Facebook, and you can keep up with what's happening with all of us. And from there, you'll find all of the filmmakers online.
All right. So thank you so much for being part of Fanboy TV. Stay tuned. I have a part 2 of VAI coming up. Woo! Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.